Hoi hoi and welcome back. I'm BrainError and today we are playing Would You Rather. Now I would like to see what the rest of the world would agree with me on or disagree with me on. Let's see. Would you rather be a centaur or a mermaid man? Now I would immediately go centaur, right? Or centaur, however you want to say it. Because I always thought that was a really cool idea. And Mermaid Man seems a bit. I don't really like the idea of living in the ocean for the rest of my life, having to breathe in water that contains other species shit and sperm and bacteria and other organisms. I mean, I know there's stuff in the air as well, like microorganisms and stuff like that, but it doesn't, well, it does have the bacteria that is in shit, but doesn't actually have the actual shit in the air, or at least you'd hope not wherever you are. So I would probably go for centaur because ever since I was little I always thought that was a really cool concept. I would like to know where the mythology comes from. Actually, I used to know once upon a time, but I forgot. Yeah, see? So everybody, well, everybody, like half of the people agree. Would you rather be handcuffed to your worst enemy for life or be separated from your entire family for life? Now, I would immediately say worst enemy because I can either spend some time and get to know the person and they get to know me properly and we might get on. Also, I could just chop off their hand and not be handcuffed to them at all, if things got really bad. Or I could kill them. But I would like to think I can work things out, even if someone really hated me. We might not like each other by the end of it, but it won't be my worst enemy anymore. I always like to work through whatever issues I have with people as long as they're willing to do the same thing. And I think that I would choose to be handcuffed to my worst enemy for life. Because if I was separated from my entire family for life, that is not something that I could ever do. So worst enemy. So yeah, a lot of people would say that. Right, next one. Would you rather die in a zombie apocalypse or die in a nuclear war? Well, you die either way in a really horrendous way. You either get eaten alive or you die of radiation, starvation, unless you just get blown up because you might not even notice it's happening. Even the blast, the radiation blast that you get, if you're close enough, you might notice for a split second something's happening, you see light coming towards you and whatever. That might be better than a zombie apocalypse, because a zombie apocalypse, I think all zombie deaths are really slow and painful. It says both would be relatively swift. Well, I doubt that. I'm gonna go for the war. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I agree. I know. Would you rather be the first to climb Mount Everest? Well, that's already happened, so no. Be the first on the moon. That's also happened. Okay, so history wouldn't be altered in any other way. Okay, so I don't know. Probably want to be the first on the moon because I've always loved the idea of going into space. Like, space is one of those things that most people can only dream about, but you know it's right there. And if you think about Earth floating around in space with like billions of other planets, and you can actually go there, go to another wherever. It doesn't matter whether it's the moon or another planet, or that's a dream come true. And I always like to naively think that one day I will go into space. And I will hold on to that naive dream. I will hold on to it. Maybe I'll win like a couple of million. I can actually afford to take a trip up there when it becomes available to, the simple folk out there who don't have an awesome job. So yeah, I would like to be the first on the moon. Yeah, a lot of people do that. Because Mount Everest, it's a feat. I know it's you have to be really fit, and it is amazing to do that, but it is just a mountain, and the moon is the moon. So there's no competition there, really. Would you rather sue a charity organization and win, sue a corrupt organization and lose? Corrupt organization and lose. I'm sorry. I will never sue a charity, even if they may sometimes have corruption in the charity itself. It is, as a whole, a charity, so it's for good. Why would you sue them? That would make you soulless, wouldn't it? I would rather sue a corrupt organization and lose, because at least I tried. At least I stood my ground and tried to make a change, something that isn't good. So yes, sue a corrupt organization and lose. Oh wow, people would actually rather sue a charity and win? How is that a win? Somebody said there's quite a few charities out there that aren't exactly honest. Well, that goes for everything in the world, seriously. I mean, just today I gave some money to someone who was on the streets. And a lot of people are against that because they say, oh, well, we'll just go out buying drugs or get drunk. Or, well, what would you do when you live on the streets? I mean, seriously, yeah, some people do that. And you have some scammers out there. But geez, they're still on the streets, They're still... They don't have a home. They don't have food. They don't have anything. And I don't think that... Well, I don't think that people should be that harsh about other people. Yeah, he may get drunk, so what? I probably would do the same if I was living on the streets. But he seemed like a really nice guy anyway. He didn't even ask me for anything. I saw him on the way as I went to the shop to buy something for something I'm working on for YouTube. And it was a complete waste of food. And I just felt so, it really hits at home how shallow it can be and how stupid we are with things. And so I just, I gave him what I had left over from that shop. And it was only a few quid, but, it's people have it hard. And sue a charity organization and win, it's just low. That's low. So I went a bit on a tangent there. It was because of that comment saying that charities aren't exactly honest. But, that's with everything in life. Get used to it. Be sure that you're a good person and you're doing good. And then if everybody did that, then it wouldn't be an issue. But that's the hippie in me, unfortunately. Would you rather randomly go limp or be deaf? Randomly go limp. I'm sorry, I don't want to be deaf. Although sometimes I've really wished for it. Especially at work when it's 8 o'clock in the morning and I haven't exactly had my third coffee yet. And people are being very loud and chatty. I mean, good for them that they're morning people, but shut up. I want to have some peace and quiet. I like quiet mornings. Quiet. But yeah, I'd rather randomly go limp. It would be kind of funny as well. I love it when that happens. So yeah, I would randomly go limp. Sounds better. Yeah, a lot of people would agree with that. Because also when you're deaf, I used to hang out with a completely deaf girl. She was mute and deaf. And we communicated by writing on a notepad. And I once asked her, like, I always saw her at the same club. It was like a gothy alternative club in Rotterdam. And I always asked her, like, how do you enjoy these things? Because you've never heard music, but you still enjoy music. So why is that? She explained it's the beats and she can feel it. And, seeing other people react to it. She knows how to interpret it that. And that was very cool, but still it's not the same as actually hearing music properly, hearing the lyrics, hearing the emotion behind it. So yeah, I wouldn't want to be deaf, although I've wished for it. Would you rather always wear Crocs? Oh my god, this one's hard! Or always wear socks and sandals? What? Neither. Neither. They're both shit. Oh, I know they're good for your feet, but oh. I would probably go for Crocs because they look a little bit more modern and you get them in really funky colors. I could just pretend that they're, I don't know. What can you do with Crocs? Apparently they're really good. I know everybody's wearing them. My parents' generation are fucking nuts for them. And my dad's the socks and sandals person. He was like the proper tourist when we went to Australia once. Oh my god, he was the cliche. The first thing he bought was one of those hats, the Crocodile Dundee hats, and he had a shirt on with a camera around his neck, shorts, and then socks and sandals. And I was like, I was 16 at the time, so I was very embarrassed. Like, yeah, you just stay over there. I'm gonna be over here, okay? So I think I hate the socks and sandals with a freaking passion. You know, if you want to wear sandals, just wear sandals, but not with socks. Always wear Crocs. I think that one. Oh, 50-50. That's very interesting. Although slightly more on the Crocs if you look closely. That is interesting. It's a split world out there when it comes to shitty footwear. Would you rather be telekinetic or telepathic? Oh, see, telepathic, people often find that very interesting concept, but you don't want to hear what people think. You don't want to hear what people think. That would be that'd be horrible. A lot of people think a lot of horrible things, but where it comes down to is what you do with those thoughts, whether you take them seriously, whether you act upon them, or you take a step back and go, I can't be thinking these things. Why am I thinking these things? Or maybe it's just venting, but telekinetic would be cooler because you could just randomly, move shit with your mind. I think I think that would be really funny. And also Halloween would be a lot more interesting if you're telekinetic. Yeah, although it's very close again. Very close. Would you rather stop using YouTube or stop using Facebook? Well, I would say stop using Facebook because nobody on there cares. They really don't. I originally joined Facebook because I wanted to keep in touch with people abroad and my friends in America. And that was the easiest way of doing that. But people just don't care anymore, They don't care. You post something up and nobody reacts to it. And it's really sad. So, and I just started YouTube, so I can't really quit now. I'm not a quitter. So it would be Facebook. I'm sorry. Yeah. A lot of people would stop using Facebook. That's how popular you are. But they are gonna introduce Facebook Watch soon, so that would be interesting to see how that pans out. Okay, let's end on this one because it's interesting. It's interesting to me. Would you rather have your best friend be a girl or have your best friend be a guy? Now, the thing is with me, all my best friends have always been guys. I would love for my best friend to be a girl. I really would. Tried very hard. But I just don't seem to gel with girls in general, and I don't know why that is. Maybe I just don't have enough in common. I just find guys that just seem to be more on my level. That probably says more about me than girls in general. don't know. I think I'll stay with guys. It's just because I'm used to that. Oh no, a lot of people want a girl as best friend. Well, that last one was really tough. I still don't know whether I agree with my choice there. I guess it just hit a sensitive spot there. But thank you so much for joining me, and let me know what you would have answered in my stead and why, and whether you agree with my choices or not. It's an interesting one, but thank you so much for watching, and I will see you when I see you. Doei doei.